What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? Oh, forgive me if I look a little messy. Girl, today was a day off, okay? And I literally woke up probably like 20, 30 minutes before this show came on. Um, been sleeping on and off because I just needed some rest. I just needed some rest. That's why I took the day off. But baby, we are here, okay, for Queen Sugar. All right. This episode was good and it got me angry at the same time. All right. Now, it's like the Queen Sugar writers, they knew that I was going to be pissed off at Nova for the past couple of episodes. So they said, oh, let's throw something in there so we can get back on Nova's side so we can stop Ashley from talking mess about her. And I was like, okay, I see what you did. Okay, you got me. You got me. You know the tactic. And I fell right for it because, bitch, that shit made me mad. All right. But anyway, this is Queen Sugar season 6, episode 6, or maybe just stay there. Okay. So we start this episode off. Let me just get Charlie out the way because Charlie, you one day I'm gonna come to terms with it, okay? You know, a part of me is like, I'm gonna come to terms with the fact that, you know, Davis and Charlie is together, okay? And then another part of me is like holding off because I feel like Davis is gonna do something like it's just too perfect right now, okay? He's doing all the right things. And I know sometimes when people mess up at the first time, they get an opportunity to try again. They try to do whatever it is that they can so that they won't make a mistake, okay? And I feel like Davis is trying to do that, but then again, it's Davis. So I just don't know. I just don't know. Charlie started this episode off. This is how I knew the episode was gonna be some mess. That was gonna get me in my feelings and get me in my emotions. Because Charlie started this episode off FaceTiming him and then they flirt and stuff and everything. And I'm just like, girl, I don't want to see this. Okay, I don't. All right, it's cute. It's cute. You know what I'm saying? I can't deny that. It was cute. He was like, give me a kiss. Do say that. I was like, ooh, look at Charlie. But then I had to snap up out of that and I said, that's Davis. Okay, now, you know, Davis, he coaching some women's team out there in California or whatever, you know, and she just talking about how she feeling and everything and what's going on. You know, they just being cute with each other. Meanwhile, they have a little girls' day out spa or whatever in the house doing some self-care and self-perseverance and all that shit, okay? Self-indulgence and everything with Vi and Nova and Charlie. And I love scenes like this when the ladies are all together. Excuse me, because everybody got their problems, everybody got their issues, and it literally was the calm before the storm. Everybody is going through some good things right now, and I was just like, okay, cool, but we know the ball about to drop. All right, you know, they up there talking about people feet or whatever, and Nova making a joke about Val, you ain't got no man to be at home sucking our toes, whatever that little freaky stuff you in Hollywood be doing. I was like, okay, that's cute. You know, that's cute. Next thing you know, try to get a freaking text or whatever or something, and she like, listen, I gotta go. I said, girl, what's the hurry? So basically, she had to go all the way down to New Orleans, okay, to meet up with the guy that wanted her to run for the old young looking guy, okay. I don't know what age he is. The man could be 38. He just got premature gray, cause dude look good for his age. I said, for them grays. It does your body good, okay? It does your face good, I should say. But you know, he was like, I just want to meet up with you and tell you, you know, that interview that you did with Gail. Okay, yeah. And, you know, we saw the response to it and how it went and everything. And because of that, she was like, yes, you know, I was trying to control the narrative and get out there and let people know that I am my own person and I can do this and I can do that. And she was like, he said, cool. We here to tell you because of that interview, we don't want you, and because of the you know, the response to it, we don't want you to run for state senate in Louisiana. I said, well, damn. You could have called me and texted me and sent me an email if you're going to tell me something like that. You're going to tell me this over freaking lunch. You're going to make me waste my gas to come down here. Baby, it's a pandemic, okay? It's a pandemic. You could have told me this over the phone. FaceTime me this if you're going to drop some bad news. That's what me and Charlie was thinking because Charlie was about to go in on that ass, okay? So first of all, you said you wanted somebody that's progressive. And then when you get somebody that's strong-minded like me, all of a sudden, oh, I'm too much or, oh, it's the... And he was like, calm down. Wait a minute. I was trying to tell you that we don't want you to run for Senate here. We want you to run for the United States Senate. We want you for Congress, girl. That's what we want. And we're going to back you for 2022. And me and Charlie was like, Oh, well, you should have led with that. Okay, that's what you should have did. You should have led with that. So she all Google Gaga like I was like, okay, girl, you coming to terms, all right? Miss Charlie really finna be a politician, okay? And I was like, you know what? I can kind of see it, Charlie. I can kind of see it. Meanwhile, she go back and she go talk to Davis about it, and she having a little conflict of where they gonna stay. Like, should she stay out there in New Orleans or Louisiana? Because she up there talking about, how she missed California. It's no California because, we missed the restaurants and this and this and this. And all of this whole time, it's about Davis, okay? That's all that I got out of that conversation. She has to debate and wonder whether or not she gonna stay up in Louisiana or she gonna go out there to California. Because at one point she asked him could he come out there before he get too busy. He was like, nah, I can't because I got to set up and all this other stuff. You can come out here. She said maybe. But, she got to figure it out. Meanwhile, we get Micah and his friend Elijah family. Is it Elijah or Isaiah? Isaiah, I believe, okay? And they, was kicking it. And then Isaiah got a little date, okay? And I love the fact, did you catch it? That they didn't say whether or not it was a man or a woman. They didn't use the he or she pronoun, okay? Micah said, who are they? Okay, what they gonna be doing? So they trying to leave us like either to respect pronouns or basically leave us in the dust and leave us in the dark, still playing around. Is Isaiah gay or not? Or is he bisexual? Is he just queer? Is he, what is he? We don't know. Okay. So I was like, oh, I see what you did there. Okay. And so, Micah was asking all these questions. Oh, so you finna go out with them or whatever, and you ain't gonna tell me who it is, and I need to know who it is. I need to see who it is. And he said, coming from somebody who goes after older women that teach and all this stuff, and you talk about something, you a good judgment, like you want to judge my relationship? No, sir. And Micah was like, okay, you got me there. Meanwhile, later on, Micah and his frat brothers, they out there in the little common area playing some spades and, talking mess about each other, everything. It's just friendly. It's friendly for the most part. But then when Isaiah come up there, one of the guys, he come up there, he was like, I'm about to be out. Okay. Is his name Elijah or Isaiah? Girl, I'm gonna just call him Isaiah. Y'all to correct me because for the longest I didn't know what his name was. I just knew him as Michael Friend. Okay, and now I probably done gave that boy a new name. Okay, but anyway, he come sit down, take old boy place because he had something to do. He was tired, and so he was like, this my partner. This finna be my partner, whatever. And it was like, Michael, what you doing? Yeah. He was like, I'm splitting the books with my partner and all this stuff and woo. And he was like, yeah, your partner, cause y'all always around each other. Okay, be cool like that, but just don't go broke back. And then Micah got real pissed at that point. Okay. And I was like, Micah, calm down. Don't play into it because, he can be joking, but it's some truth underneath that joke. He was trying to be dead ass, okay? Because, he was trying to comfort them. And it just make me so mad that in this day and age still, two men cannot be friends, even if they somewhat not masculine or, even if it is a gay man or a queer man, they can't be friends with a straight person, a straight man or whatever, without people thinking something is going on. No, it's okay. Everybody ain't fucking everybody and everybody ain't got feelings on that intimate level for everybody like that, okay? And we need to get up out of that. We need to get up out of that because I'm tired of it. Women can do the same thing and we won't think nothing of it. Oh, that's just women. That's how they are. That's what it is. Nothing of it. But if two men get together and one is a little bit feminine or not as masculine as the other one, even then, it got to be something going on. I don't like that, okay? Or they a little bit too close because they cool. Okay, you can dab up your brother. You can hug your brother. Okay, you can show affection to your brother, and it don't have to be nothing going on. All right, and so even Isaiah, he hit him back with a joke about how women don't want him, and they be running from him and all that stuff. Isaiah played cool. Okay, but later. Charlie had came up on the campus and, was talking to what's his name, Micah, and was basically telling him about, running for the Congress and all this stuff. He was cool with it. He was excited. And, he brought up the whole situation with Isaiah and that he might be gay or queer, that he says. And, basically he was like, some of the other dudes probably think it and probably and said some stuff that kind of hit me wrong or whatever. But Charlie was reassuring him, no, if you like this man and you say that he's a good friend, because the way that Micah was, naming the reasons why he's cool with this boy. He was like, we talk about this, we talk about that. Like, he had a list, okay? And because Charlie had asked, so you don't know whether or not he gay or whatever. He said no because it never came up. And that's the thing. If we real cool or whatever, I don't care what your sexuality is, and you don't have to tell me if you don't want to, okay? And I respect that, and I like the fact that he wasn't harping on his sexuality, trying to ask him what it is and all this stuff or whatever. And I was like, cool. I said, Micah, if you like him as a friend and he's a good guy as he's showing himself to be, and you got something in common, y'all got a lot of things in common, he is a good support system at this moment, be cool with it, stand firm, and F what everybody else thinks. That's basically what Charlie was trying to put out there. Meanwhile, we get into Vi and Hollywood. So Hollywood went to go take Gabriel to go get his hair cut or whatever, okay? And so, he wanted, what did he say? Girl, I think he wanted it all shaved off or whatever. And in the Bible was like, you sure you want that? What you trying to be, a cop or whatever? A buzz cut. That's what he wanted, or something like that. And it was like, no, I think I look good. Like Mr. Hollywood, he said I look good. Okay, cool. So, he cool with that. They having a good time. Meanwhile, after they get through getting a haircut, find out what Paula J. Parker's character name is, Miss Celine, okay? Girl, Celine is sitting out there at the motel on the steps, and she looked real worried and like she just nervous looking, okay? Like anybody could just be popping up on her and she just don't know who it is, okay? And I hate that for her, because that's the type of situation she's in because of the domestic violence and how the husband is, and he crazy enough to do something to her, so she just can't trust anybody that's just pulling on up. So I get the nervousness, but also, ma'am, a car pulled up and I was a little scared too, okay? I'm not gonna lie. That Escalade pulled up, that big body Escalade pulled up, and I said, who is that? And they made it all like mysterious for a little bit. I said, did I see this car before? I can't remember, but bitch, I'm a little nervous because the way she was giving off nervous vibes and stuff, and I was like, who is this? Is this the husband? Oh my God, he done found them. Girl, nah, it was Hollywood. It was Hollywood dropping off Gabriel, okay? So he giving, thanking, running into his mama's arms, and then thanking Hollywood and all of this stuff. And then them two have a conversation. Celine gets up in Hollywood's face and was like, this is the first time that, since it's been a minute since we got here, that he hasn't cried himself to sleep. And I'm so thankful that you, are in his life and showing him what a good man is. And that's a good thing that Vi got such a good man. That's something that I want. I wish I had something like that. Bitch, mama stepped up in front of him and she was rubbing all on him like this. I said, Hollywood, tell that lady to stop touching you. Hollywood, tell that lady to stop touching you. Okay? Hollywood didn't catch it then, but I called it. I said, Celine, what you trying to do, ma'am? And then he was like, okay, cool. So, I hit y'all later. I tell Val what's going on and all that stuff. Whoa. Girl, next thing you know, I think he was trying to give her a hug, like a goodbye hug. You know what, Hollywood, it ain't nothing sexual or nothing like that. He's just a friendly person. Next thing you know, Celine tried to reach in and kiss that man. I said, Celine, you need your ass whooped. Now, that's the bitch you should be mad at, okay? Now, Miss Celine, I know you going through some stuff, okay? And you trying to heal or whatever, and you putting this stuff in the midst, and you seeing a good man or whatever, but you can't take the woman, man, that's helping you out. You don't do that. You don't burn bridges like that, because then you ain't going to have nobody else there with you that's going to be there for you, okay? Don't bite the hand that is trying to help you out and feed your ass, all right? I said, now, girl, why would you step on that line? And you know how much of a good man Hollywood is, and you think that he was gonna be quiet. I'm so glad that he did. Because Hollywood went over there. He was like, Vi looked at him and was like, what's going on? Girl, let me tell you something. That girl tried to kiss me. And she was like, wait a minute, what? First of all, how come she was so close to you to get enough to time to kiss you? He said, first of all, don't even try that, okay? That lady came up into my space. I ain't do nothing, all right? You know, and Vi said, I can't believe this. After all the stuff that I did, I said, yeah. I said, trifling. I don't know if I should give Miss Celine a pass. You know, I'm on the fence. Y'all gonna give her a pass for that because that was wrong. That was wrong. I don't know. But anyway, Val was pissed, okay? And at this point in time, she was like, you know what? Before we go to Prosper, we got to make a stop. And I said, what stop is that? You better go over there and beat that girl ass. I said, not now, Val. Calm down, because now I don't want you to just act out of anger or whatever. You need a little bit of understanding. But she did try to take your man for a second, okay? But at this point in time, we see Prosper, speaking of Prosper, he's over there doing his physical therapy with the nurse. 1, 2, 3. Here comes Billy. 4. Go, Daddy. 5. You're doing it. 6. I was like, oh, okay, wow. Everybody's on the same page. I said, look at Miss Nurse. Miss Nurse was encouraging and everything. I said, girl, you get rave reviews and rave good marks on yours. You get gold stars all the time, don't you? Because you get that good customer service and bad, probably get good sponge baths and everything, okay? Plus, Prosper was trying to show out because Miss Nurse was there. You know, he got a little thing for Miss Nurse or whatever. He ain't try to seem weak in front of her, okay? And Billy and Prosper are getting along real well at this point. We see a little change because now she's like, let's do this. I'm about to go run some errands, but when I come back, do you want to have dinner with us? You know, have a daddy-daughter date. And he was like, okay, cool. Okay, so that happens, all right. She go do her thing, and then next thing you know, we see them, and they're sitting down, and they're reminiscing. They having a good little conversation, you know, talking over Italian food. I mean, it's Italian food, cute or whatever, but it ain't nothing like it is up in Chicago. I said, because Chicago got some of the best food, okay? Bitch. Anyway, girl, so anyway, that was happening. And at that point, you know, she was like, oh, Daddy, don't eat too much bread because you got to hold off or whatever. I don't want you to get a full because we still got some tiramisu for dessert. And he was like, okay, cool. All right. You know, they just having a good time vibing. I'm thinking everything about to go great. Billy is smiling and happy that she got her daddy's attention and everything. And that's all she really wanted. She wanted that connection with Prosper, okay? She's trying to rebuild that. And it seemed like they both on the same page. But all of a sudden, when she said that, somebody knocks on the door. Here comes Vi in Hollywood. And I was like, what's up? You know, we interrupting anything? She was like, nah, okay, go ahead, do what you got to do, because Prosper damn near just blocked Billy out. It was almost as if Billy wasn't there no more, and we wasn't just having this daddy-daughter thing, and it just like Billy didn't matter. It was all about Hollywood and Vi, mostly Vi. Okay, Vi, you brought your pie. You know I ain't come over here without no pies and all that stuff. Okay, you know, Billy was like, okay, yeah, you can go ahead and have your pie. Here comes Vi. Oh, so you got something to say about my fat pie? She was like, no, girl, that ain't what I had to say. Okay, I'm just saying. Me and my daddy was having a freaking dinner together and y'all interrupted. But if you want to go ahead and do your little pie shit, go ahead and have your little pie stuff, okay? Billy had every right to be in her feelings, all right? Because Vi couldn't read the room. Hollywood understood, okay? You know, he was like, oh, okay, you want us to leave or whatever. Vi talking about something. No, I'm going to stay. I said no. No, you see a dinner table right there with food, and even if it ain't no damn dinner table, you see a little table with food on it, 2 plates, okay? When you came in, they were sitting at the opposite ends, okay? You interrupted something. Granted, Prosper said he forgot that he invited them over. Okay, we'll give you that. We'll give you that because you older, so you probably did. But it was just the way that he basically just let that dinner go for Vi and them. And I just didn't like that, okay? And this plays on what Billy been saying and been going through. And then for Vi to get up in her feelings, I'm sitting here like, girl, read the room, okay? She ain't really trying to be upset at you for no reason. She just in her feelings because she feel like her little date that was going well with her father is broken because of y'all, and you not understanding it. You choose this moment to get pissed off at her. And Billy, you know, she had to come at that girl like, listen, okay? She said, listen, you got a problem with me. She was like, no, we're going to stop this right here, right now. You know, ever since you up there tried to take my husband. Okay, she said, your husband? Are you serious? It's the fact that every freaking adult in my life at that time failed me because I was a kid. I was a child. And that man attacked me and tried to rape me. And he tried to do all this stuff from me. And then he spread a vicious rumor about me because he couldn't get the way that he wanted to with me. All right. And then instead of inquiring about it and asking about it, you automatically assumed that these rumors was true. And you went on ahead and spread them with them. Okay. All the adults that was in my life at that time failed me. And even Prosper was sitting there looking like, oh, wow. And I don't know if Prosper really understood that that's what happened. But damn it, bitch, Billy put it out there and let him know too, as well as Vi. Vi standing there like this. I said, bitch, put your mouth up. Take that mouth. Go like that, okay? Because you should have known. You should have known. And that's what pisses me off with Vi at this point. Because Vi, I don't know if this was during the time that you and Jimmy Dale was having troubles, but it's the fact that you would actually think that this child would do something like that to you, okay? You would think that that would happen and not get upset at the grown-ass man instead of the child. And not you getting upset at the other woman, so-called, but not only is she the other so-called woman, but she's a child. And you're not throwing all this vitriol at him. The grown-ass man in this situation, the married man in this situation. Plus, this is a man that was abusive to you. This is a man that's ain't is a dog to you and did all these terrible things to you and to other people afterwards, and you chose to believe him that she would do this? Like, come on. And that's been the mentality for a lot of older people back in the day too. Okay, and that says a lot. And so she was just standing there looking like, what? Okay, Billy had to leave. She was pissed, and I would have been pissed too, because I probably would have slapped Vi. I'm sorry, I just would have slapped her. I would have slapped her jaw up, and I like Vi, but Vi be wrong sometimes. We gotta understand that Vi is that family member that we love, okay, and she one of our favorites, but even though she our favorites or whatever, sometimes she be completely off base, okay. And in this situation, she was completely off base. Even after all these years with all this progress, you mean to tell me you couldn't think back on shit and be like, man, maybe I was a little bit off kilter with that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hey, it is what it is. So, Billy up there getting drunk or whatever, drinking whiskey, and she don't even like the shit, okay? She only drinking it because that's what her daddy be drinking. I said, oh, you still trying to get that connection, boo-boo? I understand. Oh. Baby, let me tell you something. I probably said this before. My dad get old or whatever, and it's time for him. Baby, that nigga going into a nursing home. Motherfucker, I ain't taking care of you. You gonna pay for it with your own money too, cause you got it. Anyway, moving on from that. Daddy issues. Come back, Ashley. I'm back. But you know, Charlie was there, and Charlie talked her off a ledge and just, you know, was trying to reassure her of who the person she is, okay? And I said I was very thankful for that whole conversation. Vi, you gonna have to, you gotta look inside yourself and you gotta readjust some things, okay, to understand why it is that you would think that, okay? But anyway, moving on from that, what had happened with Ralph? Let me just say this, Ralph. I told you not to do this. While you was sitting up in that car crying last week, I told you, baby, get out. I said, drive out and just go ahead and go. Okay, like, don't even get out to help this man. Throw that money back out the window and just drive out. You out here, you know, Airbnb-ing it up with my sister wife, okay? She full ass pregnant. And I was like, all right, you need this to de-stress. And I'm just asking because you never told me. Did you take some of that money and put it down on some of the bills before you went on ahead and did this little staycation type of situation? I'm just being concerned because I don't want to come back home to a final notice or something like that, or eviction papers and foreclosure and stuff like that. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm out here doing what I got to do too. But you don't want me to help, so I'm putting it all in your hands and everything, and I'm just saying, you know. And at this point, he get a phone call from Hollywood, because when Hollywood was at the hair salon or at the barbershop, the barber was like, the sheriff came there looking for Ralph because Theo ass done got knocked, okay? He done got caught. And he told the sheriff that he was at the barbershop with Ralph. Mind you, Ralph ain't even in town like that. He on staycation. So, of course, Hollywood had to let him know what's up. And, you know, because his spot is involved in it as well. And so he was like, listen, I don't know what it is that you had doing with him, but I don't want my stuff involved in this, okay? And so now Ralph is nervous, and he had to tell Darla what was going on, and Darla was pissed. Darla was pissed. She was like, listen, I asked you, and you lied to me. You lied to my face, okay? Because, oh, you want to do it all. You want to do it all. And here I am thinking I was being too much, asking and trying to interject and help you while your ass over there lying to my goddamn face. Like, I ain't got time for this, okay? And then I come home, and now I got to deal with this when we go back home. Is this what it's going to be? Because somebody knocked on the door because they was finna get some food, right? And she was like, is this what it's going to be? Us looking over our shoulders and stuff? I said, Ralph, you done fucked up, okay? I get it. I get it. But, baby, I got to tell you, you messed up. You messed up, all right? This ain't the time for it. Meanwhile, Miss Celine, her ass done gone. She done took Gabrielle and left. Before they went over there to Prosper, Hollywood and Val went over there to the motel, and they said she was gone. I said, oh, Lord, I hope she don't go back to that man. I hope she don't go back to that man, not with that baby on toe. Okay? But Nova. Girl, this part made me so heated. Heated, I tell you. Nova, after she got through doing that little auntie sister thing with Vi and Charlie, she called her people at her little office or whatever. She was like, okay, yeah, you got that. I'm gonna take the rest of the day off, okay? Cool. So she was sitting on her bed looking at her stuff or whatever. And then she put it down. She had a little smile on her face, and then she said, I'm gonna take me a nap. So she lays down, get underneath her little covers or whatever, and then all of a sudden it looked like probably a few minutes went past, okay? She was asleep for a few minutes. Next thing you know, somebody busted in the door. Nova Bordelon, we got you. I said, what is happening? It's white. It's people with the ram and everything. I said, what is going on? What is happening? What is this? She walking up out her sleep. She stand up. She was like, my name is Nova Bordelon. I live here and I'm by myself. I don't have any weapons on me. I'm this and I'm that. I said, I ain't never seen her so shook in my life. And baby, I probably would have pissed myself. I probably would have pissed and shitted on myself just from seeing that, okay? Because what you're not gonna do is not gonna wake me up out of my sleep like that and bust into my house and then accuse me of doing some stuff. We here for a warrant on narcotics. I said, what narcotics is in the house? And I forgot that Nova used to sell weed back in the day, okay? When the show first came on, Nova used to sell weed back in the day. But we ain't seen Nova selling no weed in a minute, okay? Mama became a public figure and kind of went legit, okay? And I didn't realize at this point that Nova did move into a new house. That's a whole new house that she was in. And while she doing that, girl, they going through all her stuff. And the man get her little papers that was on her desk, looked at it, and threw it on the floor and walked on top of it. I said, are you city? He said, some of that liberal crap. I said, oh. So you done I thought the police ain't supposed to show us who they affiliated with, their political affiliation and stuff. Your racism is showing, He was just being real racist to her and everything, and they tore her house up. When she get outside, Dominic come over there trying to come up in there. They was like, who is this? Who is you? Do you live here? No, I don't live here, but that's my neighbor. Okay, that ain't got nothing to do with you. Yes, this whole neighborhood got something to do with me, okay? These my neighbors. I said, all right, Dominic, stand up, okay? But then, what really made me mad was when the officer gonna ask Nova, so how long you been here? She said 13 months. How you get in here? How the heck do you afford to be up in something like this? You use some drug money or something like that? I said, excuse me? She's had to put her resume down. She said, I am a best time New York Times selling author. Okay, I have a website that get over 2 million clicks. I do this, I do that, I do that. I said, basically, she makes more than your salary times 10. Okay, that's basically how she's able to be up in that place, all right? And he felt some type of way. So then when Dominic came up there, Dominic said, I'm finna take out my phone and I'm finna record y'all. And when he reached for it, they turned the guns on him and told him to get down and forced him down on the floor. And Nova was about to freak out, and Dominic had to calm her down and say, don't give them what they want. Don't give them what they want. Baby, it was making me so mad because we know that this has happened time and time again, okay? Time and time again. Even out here in Chicago, there was this woman who literally was butt-ass naked in her home, and they bust into the wrong home and had her up in there for hours. Wouldn't even allow her to put no clothes on, okay? Oh, that was... And the mayor tried to cover that shit up until the video came out. That's how we know about it, because the video just so happened to come out, okay? But yeah. So they picked her up, put her up in the car. No, Dominic was like, listen, who you want me to call? Who you want me to call? I'll be here when you get out. Call me when you get out, okay? Let me know what's going on. I said, Nova, that's who you should have been with, okay? Because I don't think Calvin would have. Anyway, we ain't even bring this up, okay? Because of that's an old wound that I'm trying to completely heal from, because I just didn't like him for her anyway. I ain't like how they started, and I damn sure didn't like how they ended, because they should never get back together. Moving on from that, Nova was sitting up in that police station for over 4 hours, and then the cop gonna come up in there and say, so you gonna tell us what we need to know? Because they did find, the reason why they arrested her and took her to the jail was because they found a little baggie of marijuana. And at first I said, bitch, that's some broccoli. Because from my vantage point, the shit look a little bit too green. I said, that is some broccoli. All right, y'all trying to get her on some broccoli. Girl, open up that bag and you can smell it. That's some broccoli. That ain't weed. But anyway, she was like, that's medicinal and I got a medical card for it, so that's legal. You know? So when she was up in that interrogation room and he came up in there asking her where the stuff at and all this, and she was like, first of all, you didn't came up in here. I'm not ready to talk. What I'm ready to do is go home, okay? You done came up in here 8 times within the last 4 hours and you keep on asking me the same thing. And it's an interrogation tactic. I understand that. And by the law of this, I'm allowed to have this portion of weed because it is medicinal. And I know that you know that it's medicinal because you saw my card, because I keep my card exactly where you got the weed from, okay? By the law of this, you can't do that, okay? Baby, Nova started reading down all the laws and stuff or whatever, hitting all the points of what they're doing against her. And she said, and even if it wasn't that little small amount of weed, even if I didn't have a medical card, that little amount is just a misdemeanor. And therefore, you give me a ticket and give me back on my way. You're not supposed to have me up in here. And I can sue you and you wasting taxpayer money and all this stuff and woo, 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 woo. Baby had that man shook. He couldn't say nothing but let her go. Dominic was outside the whole time waiting on her. I said, oh. That's cute. That's cute. They're about to be a cute little couple, okay? But that was Queen Sugar. It was another good episode. You guys tell me how y'all felt about it. I'm about to go watch my other 2 shows. 2 more reviews coming up tonight, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.